morning, everyone. Hello. And I'm gonna wipe off my camera. Happy Saturday, everyone. Okay, I'm just gonna make a couple adjustments here. All right, I think we got it, okay. So I invite everyone who is joining us to find a comfortable seat. All right. So I welcome everyone here this morning. It's a pretty special class for me today. We have a yoga teacher training going on at Yoga by the Sea, and all of those beautiful yoginis are joining me this morning. So Japa to all of you. It's been quite an interesting weekend because we all can't connect together and come together in a group, but we're all doing Zoom and now Facebook Live for our practice and our gathering. So it's been quite interesting, but it's so great to see everyone's faces. And welcome to all of you who are joining, that join me every Saturday or are just new at yoga. So welcome. There's a lot of really exciting things coming up through Yoga by the Sea. We are trying out new platforms, more interactive, so I can actually see your faces instead of you just staring at mine. So I'm really looking forward to that. So stay tuned on our website and on our Facebook page for those updates. And don't worry, we will be providing lots of really great classes like we always do. So, if you're just joining my class for the first time, my name is Japa, and in my classes I just ask that you just take care of your body. Listen to your body, listen to the cues that your body is telling you, and if your body is not enjoying something or it's painful, just back out. You don't have to go there. Yoga is a practice and a journey. So if we're doing something that you're not called to do this morning, just don't do it. It's okay. So just listen to your body. So in this weekend for the yoga teachers in training, they are working on the throat chakra. So I am going to step out of my comfort zone this morning, and we're going to begin our practice with chanting. The chant that we're going to use this morning is called So Hum, and it's a beautiful chant, and it means I am. I am. I am, fill in the blanks, I am. And so I can't hear you, but I'll energetically feel you if you wish to join in or not. If not, I just invite you to feel the vibrations of this ancient chant, closing your eyes and just allowing it to resonate throughout your entire body. And again, this is me stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit to offer a chant, especially on Facebook Live, but it is a journey. So we will be focusing on the throat chakra. So some of the asanas that I'll be using today will help open it up and also open your heart, open your throat. Yeah, I think that's all I need to say before we get into it. And then I'm going to offer a really cool pranayama as well after that. So I invite you to find that comfortable seat because we're going to be hanging out here for a little bit. So just taking a moment to find that comfortable seat and allowing your body to move in any way it needs to do to find that seat. Allowing your thoughts to just begin to slow down. Now, normally in my class, I'll invite you to bring your hands to your laps in mudra, or palms facing down or facing up. But for today, I invite you to bring your hands in circle mudra, the mudra of concentration. So with your left palm facing up, your right palm facing up, right palm in your left hand, and then your thumbs touching. And bringing that mudra above your navel. Now, if this isn't comfortable for you, you can always bring your hands down to your lap, just finding that comfortable place. Your spine is straight, your shoulders are back, relaxed. Maybe taking a deep breath in and sighing it out. Doing that again, we're working with the throat chakra, so make that audible noise as you sigh out. So take a deep breath in. Now you're more than welcome to join in the chant with me. And chanting is a beautiful way to bring your awareness to the throat chakra. So hum, 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 so hum. I am that I am. 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 So hum, 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 so hum. I am that I am. 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 So hum, 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 so hum. I am that I am. 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 So hum, 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 so hum. I am that I am. 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 Now take it inside. Now keeping your eyes closed, allowing the sounds of that ancient chant to just surround your entire body, keeping your eyes closed. I'm going to read some throat chakra affirmations. And now if any of these stand out to you and you wish to use them as your intention for their practice this morning, you're more than welcome to. I have the right to speak my truth. I communicate my feelings with ease. I express myself creatively through speech, writing, or art. I nourish my spirit through creativity. I live an authentic life. I know when it is time to listen. I express my gratitude towards life. I am at peace. I speak my truth. I create my own reality. I express myself with clarity and confidence. And begin to slowly allow your palms to rise up, bringing your palms together, thumbs at heart center. I'd like to begin our class this morning with an Om. So we'll inhale. Begin to open your eyes. And as we're anchored into this meditation, whether you joined in the chant or just felt the vibrations, as you remain anchored, we're going to go into a pranayama, so a breathing practice that is related to the throat chakra. And this one I really resonate with. It is a great way to completely clear your mind of all the rittis, all the monkey mind, all the thoughts. It's a really great way to do that. And it's called the bumblebee breath, and I'm really connected to that personally. For those who know me, my nickname is Bee from my father. So I feel like really connected on multi levels of this particular pranayama. And the bumblebee breath, or Brahmahari breath. And I'm just going to step a little bit closer to the camera so I can show you how it's done. So once you find your comfortable seat, let's see, it's all about comfort, so maybe I can kneel here. Okay. So you will have to open your eyes to kind of see, so I can demonstrate this. So what you do is you bring your thumbs and you just place them right over your ears here. As you can start hearing your voice from the inside. Well, I can right now. You can hear your voice from the inside, and you can notice how it really contains the vibrations of your voice. And then you're going to rest your fingers onto starting with your third eye, and just resting it down on your forehead. So pressing just gently into your earlobes, I think that's what that part's called, your earlobes. And you inhale and you just hum like the sound of a bee. And you change the pitch to higher or lower, whatever you're called to do. So this is how it looks, and this is how it sounds. And then we'll do it together, and I'll go sit back on the mat. So taking a deep inhale and just humming. And then you inhale and then you hum again. And if you notice when you hummed, you notice that there was nothing else. Well, there was nothing else in my mind except for the sound of that, the bumblebee. So I'm just gonna go sit down and we'll do this together. And this one does sound really, it sounds really cool when you have a whole class full of students doing it together. Okay, so finding that comfortable seat. I'm just going to take a sip of water first, taking a sip of water if you need to. Bringing your thumbs onto your ears, resting your fingertips onto beginning with your third eye and coming down your face. Taking a moment here to relax your shoulders. So we're going to inhale, and then we're just going to do a continuous hum, changing the pitch, the sound, the length, whatever you're called to do. So inhale. Releasing your palms, you can bring them back into circle mudra. Coming into your body and noticing the sensations. If the vibration still remains throughout your skull, are you feeling it in your throat or in your heart? Just noticing. If your hands were mudra, begin to release them down to your laps. And we're just going to begin to warm up our necks in that whole area where our throat chakra is, where we speak our truth, where we live our creativity. Just beginning by bringing your chin to your chest. Now you can keep your eyes closed or open, whatever you're called to do this morning. And lifting your nose up to the sky. Going back as far as your body allows, coming back, chin to chest, nose to sky. Chin to chest, and nose to sky. This is what I look like when I want a second helping of ice cream. Yes. Coming back to center, then bringing your chin over to your right shoulder. Back through center, over to your left shoulder. Back through center, just going back and forth. And coming back to center, placing your left hand down at the mat. Right hand comes up and over, and just bringing that right ear down to the right shoulder nice and gently. Just the weight of your hand is enough. Walking those left fingertips away from your body if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch. A little bit more of an opening on the left-hand side here. Keeping your spine straight so you're not cranking your neck, you're not going into it, you're just doing a nice, gentle stretch. Walking the left fingers back towards your body, releasing the right hand, then bringing the right hand down to the mat. Left hand comes up and over to the right ear, bringing that left ear down to the left shoulder. Again, the weight of your hand is enough. Your spine has remained straight. Walking the right fingers away from you if you want a little bit more of a deeper stretch. Couple breaths. And walking the right fingertips back towards your body, releasing that left hand, coming back to center. We're going to bring our arms up like wings. Up like wings, and bringing the right arm across your torso, then wrapping that left arm around, bringing the left arm towards your body, just doing a nice shoulder stretch here, wiggling your fingers, waking them up this morning. Then releasing your wings back nice and wide. Maybe give yourself a nice stretch. Then crossing the left arm across your torso, wrapping the right arm around and giving yourself a nice hug here. Wiggling your fingers. And releasing that nice and gently. Wrapping your arms around behind you, interlacing your fingers, pressing your heart towards the front of your mat, looking up at the sky. So you're opening up your entire front body here, looking up at the sky. Noticing if the sigh comes out, because it just feels really good. Then releasing that at shoulder height, bring your arms around to the front, interlace your fingers, rotating the palms, tucking your chin, rounding your spine in a seated cat. Releasing that one more time, coming around to the back, interlacing your fingers, pressing your heart towards front, looking up the sky, opening your heart, opening your throat. And then one more time, opening the back. So bringing your arms at shoulder height, interlace your fingers, rotating your palms, tucking your chin, rounding your spine, as if you're pressing the room away from you. Really feeling that opening in the back body. Releasing that, coming back to center, lifting your arms overhead, arms alongside your ears, pressing through your sits bones, extending out through your fingertips. And we're just going to hold it here. And checking in here with your shoulders, are they really scrunched up by your ears? Can you relax them down? And can you relax your neck in here and your jaw? Relaxing in this moment. A lot of us are go, 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 so we're up like this and we're just holding this. See if you can just relax back into it. Breathing. Then bringing your right hand down to your left knee and your left hand behind. Spine twist, looking over your left shoulder. On your next exhale, see if you can deepen that twist. Releasing that, swooping your hands back overhead, hanging out here for a couple of breaths. And again, check in with yourself. Like, are you up like this? Are you really trying really hard here? And can you relax into it? Just hanging out here with your arms up to the sky. You don't have to be anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. Just hang out here. And this time, bringing your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind, looking over your right shoulder. Nice deep inhale, exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Releasing that, swooping your arms back overhead, rotating your palms to the front of the mat. Then we're just going to begin to hinge at the hips, forward fold, bringing your forehead to the earth. Swaying back and forth. I notice at the beginning when I start my practices with a chant, it always pops back up. And for example, when I just came into a forward fold here, the So Hum just popped back into my head, and it's quite a beautiful gift. Engaging your abdominals, coming back up, rounding your spine, hands back up to the sky. Relax, breathe. Then rotate your palms towards the front of the mat, twinkle your fingers down. Now, if you are sitting crisscross applesauce, we're going to bring our right heel around to our left buttock. So our legs are in a bit of a Z formation. So your left heel is still tucked under, or still tucked towards your pubic bone. That left knee is pointing forward and the right knee is kind of back, and your right heel is back towards your right buttock. Bringing your left hand to the mat, right hand to your hip. And then we're just going to rock our hips. We're going to rock our right hip towards our left knee and then back. So coming back where your sits bones are both connected to the earth, and then rocking that right hip towards the left knee and then coming back. Keeping yourself nice and tall, open in the heart. Just rocking back and forth. The next time you find both sits bones on the mat, bringing your hands on either side of that front left knee, we're going to go into dolphin. So diving your nose to your knee and coming back up. I'm going to do that 4 times. So that was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming back up. Having both sits bones on the earth. And we're going to swoop that right hand in front. And then once it is parallel with that left knee, we're going to begin to carry on that right arm up. And as we do, we're going to press our hips towards the front of the room. Then coming back down. Swooping your hand in front when it gets parallel to that knee. Pressing your hips towards the front of the mat and extending out through those fingertips. We're going to do that 2 more times. Swooping, pressing your hips, looking up at those fingers, say hello with your fingers, coming back down, and 1 more time. Swooping up and pressing, there we go. And then come back down. I'm going to go into the other side, so crisscross applesauce your legs again. This time the right foot remains towards the pubic bone, the left heel comes around to the outside of the left buttock. So now the right knee is pointing forward and the left foot is pointing back. The right heel is towards the pubic bone. Both sits bones are connected to the earth. Bringing your right palm down to the mat, left hand comes onto your hip. Now we're going to rock the left hip towards the right knee and back. Rocking it forward and back. Forward and back. Beautiful. Next time you find both sits bones on the earth, we're going to bring both our hands on either side of that front right knee. And we're going to do dolphin on the other side. So diving your nose down to your knee and popping back up. Do that 4 times. That was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then coming back, bringing both sits bones to the earth. Then we're going to swoop that left hand in front this time, and when it comes parallel to that right knee, we're going to press our hips towards the front of the room, extend out through those left fingertips, and come back down. And do that 4 times. So swooping your hand in front, pressing your hips towards the front of the room, and come back down. 2 more times. Press your hips, extend your fingertips, wave to your fingertips, looking up at them, coming back down. 1 more time. Then coming back to seated. Just taking a moment here, reset. So we're going to come onto our knees. Actually, into table. So coming into table. Making sure that your knees are directly below your hips and your wrists are directly below your shoulders. Pressing the mat away. We're going to go into a couple cat and upper cats here, rounding your spine, tucking your chin and your tailbone. Pressing the mat away from you, feeling the opening in your back body. Then dropping your belly button, extending out through the crown and sternum, and noticing when you're coming up, you're opening up this part of your throat. Then rounding your spine, tucking your chin in your tailbone. And just go into a few cat and upper cats here. At your own pace and your own breath. Beautiful. Awesome. When you come back to center, take a few breaths here. Beautiful. Now, if you have on some socks or anything, I invite you to remove them because you don't want to slip. And then from table, remove blankets or any pillows that you may have. So from table, you're going to tuck your toes, press your hips towards the sky, coming into downward facing dog. Pressing into all of your, the whole palm of your hands. If your heels don't come down to the mat, that's okay. You can bend your knees, bringing them down as far as they can go. Maybe walking the dog here. Doing any little wiggles or squiggles you need just to kind of settle into this. Then we're going to shift our weight and coming into plank. Just for a few breaths. Pressing back through your heels, sinking your hips. Then bringing your knees down to the mat. If you need to make any adjustments, like I do right now, I noticed I just needed to make adjustments. Knees coming down to the mat, tucking your elbows towards your rib cage, as close as they can get. Now we're going to go into chaturanga, so bringing your sits bones up to the air, bringing your sternum swooping in between your thumbs and going only as far as your arms can hold you, then swooping your sternum through and coming into upward facing dog. Opening up your heart. Then folding back at the hip crease, coming into child's pose. Coming back into tabletop, tucking your toes. Downward facing dog. And do that again. So walking your dog here, so pedaling your legs. Then coming around, shifting your weight, plank. Bringing your knees to the mat, tucking your elbows in, coming back up. Bringing your sternum in between your thumbs, swooping, coming only as low as your arms can hold you. I don't have really big arm strength. And coming into upward facing dog. Beautiful. So holding back at the hip crease, coming into child's pose. Beautiful. Just going to check, I can't see the screen. Sorry, everyone just breathe. live. My phone was, it looked like it shut off for a minute, so we're good. Okay, so we're all in child's pose. We're gonna do that one more time, and this time I'm just hopefully going to be able to do this a little bit more flowy. So tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Shifting your weight, coming into plank. Bringing your knees down to the mat. Elbows tucked as close to your rib cage. Pointing your sits bones up to the sky, coming down, swooping your sternum in between your thumbs, coming only as low as your arms can hold your weight. I don't go low. And then swooping through and coming into upward facing dog, opening up your heart. There we go. Folding at the hip crease and coming into child's pose. Taking deep breaths here. Sighing it out. Okay, coming back into table, tuck your toes down. Then we're going to hop, skip, or jump, or however that looks like for you this morning, coming into forward fold. So walking your feet towards your hands, coming into forward fold, pressing in through your feet, extending out through your sits bones, forehead to the shins. Rolling your spine up, one vertebra at a time. Go slow. When you get to the top, roll your shoulders back and down. And I'm standing, kind of my head. Arms alongside your body, and you're breathing. So open your wings nice and wide, bring your arms up overhead. Palms together in prayer position. Bringing your hands all the way down through heart center, folding at the hip crease. Let's do forward fold again. Reverse swan dive up, opening your wings all the way up one more time. Palms together, bringing your hands down through heart center, folding up the hip crease, forward fold. Shaking out your neck, relaxing your jaw here. Then releasing your arms as if they were empty coat sleeves. And then begin to roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, roll your shoulders back and down. Bringing your arms alongside your body, closing your eyes, and allow that release of energy to rise up and land at third eye center. The spot between your eyebrows, 2 inches into your skull. The spot of integration. So bringing your hands to your hips. Feet are hip width apart. Actually, I'll go on this side. Feet are hip width apart. Hands are on your hips. Your hips are square to the front of your mat. Checking in with your punch bowl. If your hip girdle was a punch bowl, would it be spilling punch out frontwards, backwards, or off to the side? Just kind of taking a moment in to check in with that. Then we're going to bend the left knee. We'll start with the left this time. I usually start with the right, but we're going to start with the left today. So bending the left knee and bringing it all the way back, stepping it back as far as you can. That right knee is bent, so the right knee is in line with the right ankle, so you're protecting that ankle. Now the back leg, the back foot, can be cut in half with that front heel. So that back foot is at a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to rotate our hips as if they were in between two panes of glass. Now, if you have tight hips, you might see that left hip kind of going forward. See if you can kind of rotate it as if your hips were in between two panes of glass. My hips are really tight, so it never gets there. Well, not yet. Never say never. My hips don't get there, but this is where I'm at today, and that's okay. So checking in with that strong foundation here. Pressing into both feet. Protecting that front ankle. And that front foot can cut the left foot in half. We're going to go into Warrior Two. Keeping your chest nice and open wide. So you're not hunched. I kind of had to remind myself there. Nice and tall. Then bringing your arms out at shoulder height. Now in life, we're always students, and actually one of the yoga students that are here today taught me that if you bring your palms to your heart and then out, your arms are at shoulder height perfectly. So you can just give that a try. You can bring your gaze over top of that right arm. And if your gaze is over the right arm and you feel that left arm sinking, you can always do that again. Bring your hands to your heart and then out. Feeling, coming into your body, feeling where the strongest sensation is right now. We're just going to hold this here for a few breaths. This is a very strong pose, making sure that you keep your front body nice and open. And we're breathing. And then we're going to rotate the palms to the front of your mat, straightening that front right leg. And as you do, you're going to extend forward with that right arm. And as you do, that left hip goes back. Then rotating your palms to the front of the mat. Then we're going to, like a little teacup, bring the outside of the right palm to the inside of the right shin. And as you do, that left hand extends up to the sky. Looking forward here. Now, if it is in your range of motion, you can look up at that right hand or that left hand. You may feel, just be careful with your neck here. You don't want to stretch your neck beyond what it wants to do this morning. So you can look up at that hand or not, or just look forward. This is Trikonasana, triangle. Beautiful. Then as if someone's pulling a string through that left hand, rise back up. Then we're going to step to the front of the mat. Arms alongside your body, closing your eyes, feeling the rush of sensation rising up. Bringing it right up to third eye center. The spot of integration. You can shake out anything that needs to be shaken out because we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to come over here. Feet are hip width apart. Have another sip of water. Bringing your hands to your hips. Checking in with that punch bowl. This time we're going to bend the right knee and bring the right knee back. Bringing it back at a 45-degree angle. Checking in with that left knee. Is it above the left ankle? Then rotating your hips as if they were in between two panes of glass. Noticing if this side of if this hip is different than the other one. Now with this foundation, making sure that that front foot can cut that back foot in half. Nice and tall, opening up here from the heart. Then we're going to bring our wings up. Warrior Two. Again, if you want that little trick that I learned, bringing your hands to your heart and then opening them up, looking over top of that left hand. And we're breathing here. We're just going to hang out here in this very strong, powerful pose. Then begin to straighten out that left leg, and as you do, that right hip goes to the back of the mat, extending forward with that left hand, feeling that hip go back even further. Rotate the palms to the front of your mat, then like a little teapot, bringing the outside of the left hand to the inside of the left shin. Right hand comes up to the sky. Now if you're starting to feel wobbly or shaky, you can always back up. You don't have to go down so far. Looking up at that right hand if it's in your practice, but remember to be mindful of your neck. We're focusing on the throat chakra. You don't want to hurt yourself here. Then like as if someone's pulling a string up with that hand coming back up, bending that left knee, coming back into warrior. Then stepping to the front of the mat with both feet, arms alongside your body, closing your eyes and breathing. Then bringing your hands up to the sky again, palms together. Bringing your hands all the way down through heart center, folding at the hip crease. Planting your hands, stepping your right foot back, then your left foot to follow, downward facing dog. Then plank. Shifting your weight, coming into plank, and then slowly lower yourself. Maybe I can't do it slowly because I don't have big strong arms. Coming all the way down to the mat. And I'm going to switch sides. And then now you are on your stomach, bringing your hands, palms down underneath your shoulders, tucking your elbows as close as you can to your rib cage. The tops of your feet are on the mat. And inhale, pressing the mat away, coming into cobra, keeping your fingers, your elbows tucked, extending out through the sternum. Now coming up only as high as your body allows you to. This is where I'm at today. And I think I am off camera in case you didn't see that. These things are funny where you have to keep adjusting. There we go. Let's see if this works. Okay. If you're in cobra, come out of it. Take a couple breaths. Bring your right cheek down to the mat, releasing everything. And then we're going to do that again. So rotating your face so your chin is parallel to the mat. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows tucked towards your rib cage. And we're going to press into the mat, press into the tops of our feet, and extend out through the sternum. Cobra. Remember, going only as high as your body allows you to. On your next exhale, release, bringing the right cheek to the mat. Beautiful. Then we're going to tuck our toes, coming into table and into child's pose. A little bit of a counter stretch here. Rocking your body back and forth. Beautiful. Now we're going to make our way onto our backs. Bringing your feet flat on the mat. Bringing your heels as close to your buttocks as you can. Coming down on the mat. Arms are alongside your body, palms facing down. We're going to go into progressive bridge and then into full bridge. So tucking your heels again closest to your sits bones as you can. And then we're just going to start slow. We're going to begin to raise our hip girdle off the mat. So you're going to feel your abdominals engaging. You're not making sure that there's no pressure on your neck. Remember, we're focusing on the throat chakra, but we're not going to be doing any damage. So there should be no pressure on your neck. Just pressing into your feet, extending up through the hips, and pressing into the forearms and palms. And then bring your hips back down to the mat. We're going to do that again, pressing into your feet, lifting your hips off the mat, and this time bring a couple more vertebrae along with it. Then one vertebra at a time, coming back down to the mat and releasing your hips. And we're just going to continue doing that, lifting your hips and adding a couple more vertebrae at the same time. And then coming back down to the mat. Lifting, pressing in through your feet to your forearms, and then coming back down. We're doing this nice and slow and gently. Protecting your neck, so there should be no pressure whatsoever on your neck. Now the next time you find yourself lowered back down to the mat, just take a couple breaths here. Releasing any tension. And this time we're going to press into our feet, lifting our hips off the mat, bringing all the vertebrae up off the mat, all the way into between your shoulder blades. And now we're going to go into bridge, rolling your arms underneath your body, interlacing your fingers. Now, as you're doing this, there's no pressure on your neck, remember. So you're pressing in through your feet, extending up through your hips, and extending out through your fingertips, as if you're shooting a water gun in between your heels. And we're breathing here. Now, if you need extra support, you can always put a block or a blanket underneath your sacrum. Breathing here. Then releasing your fingers, releasing your arms from underneath your body, and go slow. Slowly roll your spine back down to the mat. One vertebra at a time. Then releasing your legs, allowing them to extend out in front. Taking just a couple breaths here, wiggle your body, just kind of releasing that and letting go. Now we're going to go into fish. So keeping your feet extended out in front of you. I'm going to bring your palms underneath your bum a little bit, just like this. Tucking your elbows towards your body, and then you're going to lift your chest up to the sky. Tucking your toe. Sorry. There we go. I've never taught this one before. So allowing your hands to slide under your bum, bringing the crown of your head to the mat. Extending your chest towards the sky. And breathe. I don't think I described that one very good. I apologize. Again, it's yoga practice. Even if you're a teacher, you can practice and stumble along the way. Then releasing that, allowing your body to just release and do whatever it needs to do to balance itself out. Stretching maybe from your toes all the way up to your fingertips. Beautiful. And bending your knees, bringing your knees to your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug, rocking back and forth. Giving yourself a nice lower body massage here. Lower back massage, sorry. Now we're going to bring the left foot down flat on the mat, keeping the right knee bent, bringing the right ankle over top of that left knee, reaching through. We're going to go into figure four, so it's kind of like if you're going into pigeon, but this is like a reverse pigeon on your back. So reaching through, grabbing that left thigh with your hands, bringing the left knee towards your chest, and figure four. Now you're going to feel a nice deep stretch into the right hip. If it's too much, you can always back out. Breathing, sending that breath down into any tight areas. Then we're going to release that. Then we're going to keep that right foot bent. Bending that left knee towards you. Bring the left ankle over top of the right knee. Reaching through behind the right thigh. Bringing the right knee towards your chest and figure four on the other side. Breathing into any of those areas, maybe into the left hip. And releasing that nice and gently. Then coming up to staff position. So making sure that your feet are extended out in front of you. Your sits bones are connected to the earth. If you have a little extra booty, you can move that out of the way. Your spine is straight. And we're just going to hang out here and breathe, pressing into our feet as if we were on the ground. So bringing our arms up overhead. So bringing our arms alongside our ears. While we're hanging out here, checking in with our jaw, seeing if it's clenched or not. Can we relax it? Then begin to bend at the elbows, opening up your arms in cactus arms. Now, if it's too much for you to have your legs stretched out, you can crisscross applesauce them. Then extending your arms out to the sky, looking up at the sky. I usually do this standing up, but I forgot, so we're doing it now. Bending your elbows again, coming into cactus, opening up your heart. You can look up at the sky here too. You're just nice and open. Then extending out through the fingertips again. Really reaching, opening your fingers nice and wide. Then And bending at the elbows, cactus arms. Now if you wish to add lion in here, actually we'll do that, we'll add lion. So lion is, you can always bend your fingers like claws, and then you take a deep inhale, and when you exhale, you bring your tongue out as far as you can to your chin and you roll your eyes back and you make an audible sound. So it looks like this. Hopefully the camera doesn't freeze. So you're in cactus arms, claws, inhale. And then come back. Unfurl your claws, extend out. Kind of like five-pointed star but seated. Bending your elbows again, keeping your heart open, and lion pose one more time. Make sure you got claws. Inhale. And come back. Allowing your arms to just rest on your legs. Breathing. Then rooting through your heels, bringing your arms up at shoulder height, palms facing each other. Then begin to roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Allowing your arms to carry on over your head. Do a nice stretch. And then we're going to start making our way to our final Shavasana. So allowing yourself to rest on the earth. Putting on any layers if you need, or blankets, or adding pillows. Just taking a moment to just kind of settle in. And however that looks like for you, closing your eyes. Resting your body into the earth. Allowing your feet to fall apart from one another. Checking in with your jaw. Can you release your jaw? Relax it. Wiping all expression from your face. Relaxing and releasing and letting go. Begin to bring awareness back to the rise and fall of your chest. Begin to bring awareness back into your body as you wiggle your toes or your fingers. Rocking your head back and forth. Waking up your neck again. And bringing your knees to your chest, rolling over onto your right hand side. Now as you are held here by the earth in the womb of existence, I will read the throat chakra affirmations again. And I just invite you to bring them into your awareness and carry them on through your day today. If one stood out for you when I read them at the beginning, see if it still resonates with you now. I have the right to speak my truth. I communicate my feelings with ease. I express myself creatively through speech, writing, or art. I nourish my spirit through creativity. I live an authentic life. I know when it is time to listen. I express my gratitude towards life. I am at peace. I speak my truth. I create my own reality. Now begin to slowly rise up and come to a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed. And begin to bring your hands up, palms together, resting your thumbs at heart center. I'd like to end our class this morning with the sacred sound of Om. So inhale. Healing and peace. Japa. Japa, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And thank you to the YTT students. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys later after break. And to everyone, I hope you have a beautiful, amazing day. For us here in BC, it's sunny and hot. And for those in Ontario, I'm sorry, I know it was snowing yesterday. But everyone have a beautiful day, whether it's snowy, sunny, or rainy. And we will see you all again soon. Oh, and again, make sure that you check out Yoga by the Sea's Facebook page and our website, because we have some really exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. So we will see you, hopefully see you guys. Japa go on, everyone. Now it's that awkward moment where I gotta walk up and turn it off. Okay, bye everyone.